Hello, everybody. It's Rick Ruby in Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome to this week's episode of the Street Smart Millionaire. Well, stock market's been very volatile in the week, actually up today, which is weird because I thought it would have went down today. I will be a buyer in the stock market in the next 2 weeks. You know, I was talking to somebody earlier that is becoming a new client of mine, and they're really big. They're a really big mortgage person, and they don't make a lot of money, and they have the wrong vision. Their vision is to be a CEO of a big company. That's the wrong vision. Your vision has to be to accumulate wealth and help the people around you accumulate wealth. That's the proper vision for a capitalist. So if I was running a church, I would look at how many people get saved and how tight my flock is and how good my organization is doing. But being a business coach and a mortgage man and a capitalist in life, I mean, for me, at the end of the day, it's about the money I teach people how to make and the money I make. And it's in that order. For most of you, your main focus should be the money you make and then teaching some people about money, your kids, your employees, your clients, to teach them about money. I think that there's a lot of things that are not taught about money. You know, it's like when my dad was raising me, I always watched him at the kitchen table with his checkbook and his notepad, but he never explained it to me. He never explained how to be on a budget. I will tell you this. 18% of all of America is on a budget. I put all my employees on a budget. I put all my clients on a budget on how I do budgeting. So here's how I do budgeting. I collect all my bills in March. April 1st, I don't have a house payment, but if I had all my house is Frinkler. If I had a house payment, I would pay my house payment April 1st and most of the March bills and some of the April bills on April 1st. And then I would invest my 20% in the stock market the first Wednesday of April. So on Wednesday, tomorrow, I will be investing my 20% of my March paychecks, pay my bills, my March and April bills. That will be called my April 1st budget, and I will invest my 20%. Now, I will take that money, whatever it is, from all three of my jobs, from my coaching company, my mortgage group, and my consulting job. So I will take my 3 paychecks, and I will pay all my bills, and then at least 20% of it will have to go to the stock market. Now, I'm behind a little bit my 24 taxes, which kind of pissed me off that my accountant didn't do a better job of my taxes. So part of my income this month has got to go to settle up my 24 taxes. That's some capital gains that I thought we had covered. Didn't catch all my income. I'm literally had the same CPA for 25 years, and he knows I want my taxes paid by April 15th, and I don't want any extensions, and I don't want any problems, and I don't want to owe any money. I want them to collect all the money monthly until all the taxes are paid. I think this is a good lesson for you. Get ahead of your taxes. They should be filed April 15th. Should be done, paid, settled, so I can move on with the next year. Because I had so much volatility in the stock market last year, and I sold some things, I had a lot of capital gains, which, let me help you. If I give you $10 and you got to pay the government $2.50 and you get a free $7.50, take that all day long. So don't ever be afraid to sell some stocks. So in the last month, I sold about a third of my Apple. I sold a third of my Costco. I sold all my Boeing. So listen, every time Boeing crashed a plane, lost a tire, lost a door, I bought more Boeing. So I bought Boeing and my average cost was $137. And it bounced between $145 and $180. It was all over the place. Very volatile company. They had a big strike. They had a new chairman, lots of things. They do a lot of defense work, which is good. They're one of 2 companies that makes planes. There's a lot of good reasons on Boeing. So Boeing, about 2 weeks ago on Friday, announced that they got a $10 billion jet fighter contract from the government. The stock jumped up to 182. I sold it like 11:30 in the afternoon. And I'm like, why did I sell it? I buy a good stock on bad news. I sell a good stock on good news. This is how I trade in the stock market. Normally, I'm a buy and holder, like Apple, Costco, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta. Those are the 6 stocks that I long hold. CrowdStrike, Palo Alto. So those are my 8 main stocks. So I have 8 main stocks. I have the S&P 500, and I have the Invesco QQQ. So I have 10 main things that I keep in my portfolio. Those 10 things. Those are right now what I keep. What you keep is your business. This is what I keep. So when I pay my bills tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I will put to 20%. Half will go in the S&P in Wells Fargo. 10% will go in the QQQ, 10% will go in Microsoft, Amazon, NVIDIA, and Palo Alto Networks. Those are my 4 stocks that I have at Wells Fargo. And I have a financial planner at Wells Fargo that's really big. He's number 10 in the nation. I've coached him for 15 years. He's got $4 billion under management. He has a lot of wealthy people. He has 50 people that have over 50 million with him. So he has a lot of really wealthy people. So I like being with a financial planner that deals with a lot of wealthy people so you can understand what the wealthy people are doing. And my other portfolio is E-Trade, which I manage. So in there I have half goes to the S&P, 10% goes to QQQ. I've got Apple, I got CrowdStrike, I got Costco, and right now I don't have a 4th stock because I sold Boeing. So I will be adding a 4th stock. I'm probably going to add Ford Motor Company, which I really like. And I'm hoping the things going on in the government will drive Ford down around 950. And then I'll be buying a nice position in Ford with some of my Boeing money. And that'll be my new buy and hold. I'm a big Ford guy. I live on a farm. I build hot rods. I have a Ford truck that I tow with, a big F-350. I tow with it. I do a lot of farm work, haul a lot of stuff with it, a lot of seed. I have to pick up hay. So I take a big trailer. I got a big 42-foot trailer. I load it up with hay. I got to haul car haulers with my hot rods all the time. So I'm always towing. And I'm a Ford man. My dad was a Ford man. I'm a Ford man. So I just think that I like a lot of brand loyalty. So I'll probably buy Ford stock because I'm such a Ford guy. But I think at $950, it's a really good purchase price. I think it's like $10.10 right now. So we'll see if it comes down a little bit the next week or two. I will be loading up. I'm about 15% liquid. I will be putting all that money in the next 2 or 3 weeks as I watch what happens. I'm kind of looking for it to stabilize and start to look like it's going to rally. I believe personally that we'll see 6,600 to 7,000 on the S&P. I think we'll see 44, 45, 44,000, maybe 45,000 on the Dow. I think we're going to see a nice rally. I think when things stabilize in the economy, I think we'll see a nice rally. I believe companies are making money. In the housing business, seems like people aren't slowing down to buy houses. They seem pretty excited. They normally don't buy a house unless they're feeling good about the economy and good about the market. So today I want to talk about the second part of making a lot of money. We talked about generating a good flow of warm leads is the most important thing. So no matter what your business in, you got to have a good steady flow. Like for my realtor students, I want 25 warm leads. For my lender students, 50 to 60 warm leads. In the coaching business, I need about 1,000 leads a year. So I got to generate about 100 leads a month that want to be a lender or realtor, that want to talk about hiring me for a coach, either in my level 1 or my level 2 or my level 3. Right now, I'm filling my event for level 3. So I have a big event May 14th, 15th, and 16th. People got to do 20 million to come to my event. So it's just for high-end people that are in real estate and lending. It's $5,000 to come to the event. All meals are included. It's a really cool resort in San Antonio. It's at a JW Marriott. Great food, great teaching, great classrooms. All the speakers are my coaches who are all realtors and lenders that make between like 2 and 12 million. So they all make a lot of money. So a bunch of expert lender and realtors teaching lenders and realtors. So we have a really good time. So I'm filling that in May. So if you're a lender or realtor and you're doing 20 million, take a leap of faith. Come with me. I'm a simple guy, make a lot of money, and I'll help you. So the first thing is a warm set of warm leads. Number 2, you got to have a really good team. Basically there's 3 types of employees. There's non-acceptable, there's acceptable, and there's spectacular. I have 200 employees right now, and I have 3 that are spectacular. Let me tell you one of the rules of a spectacular employee. You wouldn't want to do business without them. So in the mortgage business, I have 1, my ops manager. In the coaching business, I have 2. My CFO happened to be my wife. She's a spectacular worker. And Scott Foreman, who's my main coach. He's my main guy. Those 3 people I wouldn't want to do business without. But I think that punctuality, pleasantness, communicates with others, puts out way more result than anybody else that has the same job. You can always count on them. They're always great communicators. I mean, when I was a loan originator, I had the same lady that took care of me for 19 years. She was spectacular. I always paid her a lot of money. I all did everything I could to take care of her and make her life better because she was just great. And I'll tell you, when I moved to North Carolina and me and her parted ways because she was moving to Florida, and I went through 3 people on my team was never the same again. And I ended up shutting my team down within about a year after I moved to North Carolina. I don't believe in absentee ownership. So building a team, getting rid of the unacceptable employees, they're late, they have a bad attitude, they're negative, they don't work well with others, they don't seek out training. These are things that are unacceptable employees. Good to great employees, punctual, pleasant, take training, want to help, good communicators, work well with others, deliver a really good day's work for a really fair price. I want to encourage them and grow them. The unacceptable employees I want to cut, and the great employees I want to praise, I want to acknowledge, I want to reward them, I want to pay them more money. I can't pay them enough money. They're so valuable. So building your team is the second part of a business. And the third part of a business is managing the money. So I'm talking to this new guy that's thinking about becoming my client, wants me to coach him. He's got a lot of employees. And, I look at his business and I look at, the 4 things it takes to be a really good company. Number 1, you got to be a super active, present owner. That's number 1. Number 2, if you don't have a lot of capital, you can't run a good company because you don't have the money to hire. You don't have the money to do marketing. You don't have the money to fix problems. So number 1 is you got to have an active, present owner. Number 2, you got to have a lot of capital. Number 3, you got to have uniformity. The hamburger and the French guy fries got to taste the exact same way at the same time. You have to have a replicatable, deliverable model that's either anywhere from good to excellent experience. So McDonald's is not an excellent experience, but it's a really good experience. Now Chick-fil-A, a little better experience. In-N-Out Burger, a little better experience. So you got to have a replicatable, duplicatable thing. So you got to have a lot of processes and systems. So number 1 is you got to be a present and active owner. Number 2, you got to have a lot of capital. If you don't have capital, do not open a company. You will fail. 95% of businesses fail because they're undercapitalized. That's why if you watch Shark Tank, all them businesses are doing well because they don't have capital. Number 3, you got to have a uniform process on how you deliver your products or your experience. And number 4, you got to have unity. Everybody's got to be 3 musketeers. Got to be one for all for one. Everybody's taking care of each other. Everybody's trying to take care of each other. So these are 4 things to build a really good company. Now, the 3 things to have a really good business is warm leads, good team, and excellent money management. So I'm always looking at those 3 things when I'm coaching people. I'm always looking at those 4 things when I look at companies. Is the owner present? Is he active? Like years ago, I was partners in a pretty big mortgage company, and my partner came to me one day and he said, "You know what? I'm changing my cell phone. I don't want the employees calling me anymore. I'm sick of their problems." I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. We built this company on me and you being present. Now you don't want to be present. He says, "Oh, I want to go on vacation. I want to go away once a month. But we had made a lot of money. But sell the company, because if you're not an active, present owner, it's no good. It's no good if you're not active and present. Now we had a lot of capital. We were making a lot of money. We had a lot of money. We could hire out, do what we wanted, did some good things. I was always working on everybody doing it the same way. All the salespeople doing it the same way. All the staff doing it the same way. He says, "You can't make them do that. They'll quit." I don't care if they quit. I believe that everybody in a company should do it exactly the same. Make sales calls the same, call the same groups of people on the same day. This is how I coach, and this is what I demand in my coaching program. Now, I think then you got to have unity. And we were a little combative. Like me and him were a little combative. The company was a little combative. People were fighting. It's not great. So I look at the company I'm at. I think it's the best mortgage company in the business. It's clearly the biggest retail mortgage company that I work at. I don't own any of it. I just work there. And I will tell you, the owner is super present. I mean, he is active and present and involved 7 days a week. He is gung-ho. He's fired up. He takes all calls. He solves all problems. And it's probably 12 or 15,000 employee company. It's gigantic. I don't even know how big it is. But I'm just telling you, he's active and present. Number 2, massive capital. He just has the best products, has the best marketing, has the best hardware, software, hires the best employees because he has a lot of capital. Uniform. From the time you turn the loan into underwriting and funding and doc drawing and servicing is very uniform. It's a little maverick at the origination and processing center and the branch center. It's not as uniform as I would like it, but I'm kind of a super freak about everybody doing it all the same. And as far as unity goes, I mean, we have some problems where people from other branches are taking your loans or you're taking their loans, and the company's pretty good about doing the right thing about, hey, this is an argument, that's their client, give it to them. So I think we're working on our unity. So I would say that uniformity and unity are the two things when I'm coaching somebody or I'm working on their business that I think is like one of the most important things. I mean, do the French fries take the exact same every time? So if you have a business and every client doesn't go through the exact same experience and feel the exact same way, like imagine you went to a restaurant and you ordered chicken piccata, which is one of my favorite dishes. So you ordered chicken piccata with angel hair pasta. I would say that's a top 3 meal of mine in my life. Sea bass, chicken piccata, and a good fillet. Those are my 3 favorite meals. So I'm having chicken piccata and my wife's having chicken piccata, and it don't taste the same and it don't look the same. That's a uniformity problem. That's no good. So I like McDonald's. I eat at McDonald's a lot, at least once or twice a week. The double cheeseburger is the exact same. The French fries are the exact same. That's uniformity. Like, does this podcast look the same, act the same, cover the same topics? Is it aligned all the time about wealth and balance? If it is, it's what I want it to be, a uniform product. Now, does everything I do promote unity? Well, sales is kind of a kill or be killed career. Like, how much unity can you have when you're trying to make a living and they're trying to make a living and everybody's fighting over clients? So I don't know how much unity you can have in sales, but I will tell you, I'm a big pro sports fan. I'm literally going to Cleveland this weekend to see the Cleveland Cavaliers play the Kings. I'm super excited to go see what I think Cavaliers is one of the best basketball teams in the NBA right now. I think it's like, Oklahoma City, Boston, Denver, Cleveland, maybe the Lakers. Those are probably the 5 best teams that are going to dominate this year. And I always wonder in sports, why this year did that team come together? Like, why this year did the Philadelphia Eagles come together? Well, they added a new superstar in Saquon Barkley, so their running game became dominant. So I don't know. I think there's something like that has to happen. But when I look at uniformity and unity, I look at like everybody on the team wants to win together. They want to win that championship. So in my branches, I try in my group of 38 loan reps and about 35 employees. I think I have 73 people right now total. I just closed 205 loans. So pretty good. For employees, it's almost 3 deals per employee, which is really good. For loan rep, it's 5 deals per employee, which is really good. Those are really good averages in the mortgage business. So I'll be super profitable this month. Everybody did a really good job. I'm giving lots of praise, lots of accolades out to people. But I think that, I want them all to cheer on each other and have fun competition. But I don't know in the rest of my company nationwide that they're cheering me on or I'm cheering them on. So you need to be in a group that has an active present owner. You need to be in a group or a company that has plenty of capital to succeed. Now listen, if you're in a company with the greatest people in the planet and they don't have capital, there's a 5% chance of making it. Just so you know, capital is super important. If you don't have uniformity on that your French fries and a hamburger taste the same way every single time, and you don't have everybody in your group cheering each other on, odds of success are really small. Those are the 4 things that I've seen in business that make a big difference is active present owner, lots of capital, uniformity and unity. And the 3 things I see when I'm coaching people, I work on their warm flow of leads. I work on how good and how quality is their team. And I work on their personal and business money management. I think those are the things that I work on, but I think that I work to enjoy my life. So I'm just telling you. When I get to get home at 7 o'clock and hang out with my wife, I'm very happy. When I get to walk the dogs at night and walk the perimeter of the farm, I'm very happy. When I get to work on the farm and feed the animals, I'm very happy. So just so you know, when I get to see my kids and my grandkids, like one of my grandkids is a dancer. She's a clogger. And I watched her streaming and I watched her dance recital. And it was super cool. I love seeing it. Another one of my granddaughters has a birthday today. We talked to her. We all FaceTimed on Sunday. I will tell you, I meet a lot of people that are single and they're not good parents. Now, I have been single and I was a good parent. Now, you can be single and be a good parent. But if you're single and you're not a good parent, it's because you've got the wrong focal point. So listen, I work to enjoy my life. So I want to be really good at what I do. I want to make a difference. I had a talk with John Maxwell a couple weeks ago for my birthday present. Somebody bought me a half hour with him, and I was honored to meet Mr. Maxwell. He's one of the most famous leadership coaches in the nation. He says your life is either of success or significance. He said if you're chasing a number, your life is of success, or you're doing significant. Now, he was a pastor for a long time, so I understand it. I believe you can be both. I believe you can chase numbers and have a successful business, and I believe you can make a difference while you're doing it. Affect the people's life. Talk about God, whatever you believe in. Work on your fitness. Work on charity. Get involved in your communities. I think you can do both. I think you can be successful and you can be significant. I think you can be wealthy and you can be balanced. I think those are very good. What I don't think, and I say all the time, I don't think you can accumulate wealth and have freedom. I have wealth and balance. I don't have freedom. I'm where I'm supposed to be every minute of every day. I got to leave here in 5 minutes. I got a conference call training some up and coming coaches. Then I got a meeting with my coach and mentor where we'll sit down for 2 years. We'll talk about what I'm learning and doing about God, what I'm doing as a husband, what I'm doing to be a better leader. And I'm always working on myself. I believe if you don't hear me clearly, if you write down one thing from Rick Ruby, write this down. I am broken. I hate it. And I'm going to seek help. If you don't think your life is broken and you're not out there seeking help and you don't hate it that you're broken, you're not going to get any better. And most people, if you're not growing, you're dying. Like if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. That's the fact in sports, business, everything. Everything has a cycle. Like right now it's spring. The trees are all green. The grass is growing. I'm pulling out the dead bushes and the dead leaves and making room for the new stuff. That's what you got to be doing with your life. So my mantra for Rick Ruby, I'm broken. I hate it. I'm going to seek help. So I've got another conference call. Then I got a training where I got to go learn how to be a better Christian, how to be a better leader, how to be a better husband. I'm always looking to work on myself. I hope you are too. And if you ever want to hire me, track me down. I hire a lot. I coach lots of people and lots of businesses, mostly real estate and lending, probably 95% realtors or lenders. If you're a realtor and lender and you want to make a lot of money, you should figure out how you can plug in with me. I can help you. I'm really simple. I got a really good recipe. I take great care of people. My coaches are super committed to this and they're doing a great job. So I want you to have a great week. I want you to be confident in the stock market in the next couple of months and buy. I want you to go out and be better at your job. If you own a business, think about some of the things I told you. And all of you, hire a coach. If you want a better business or be a better salesman, hire a coach of some kind or another. Have a great week. Rick Ruby, Street Smart Millionaire, over and out.